What is going on, everybody, and welcome back into ByerlyStudios. Who's been keeping up with the Goliath Birdeater Tarantula series? Yeah, it's been an absolute amazing series, and Yvonne Hunt over at Kirsten Condred has been so patient while I've been really taking the time to really create an amazing product for her. So we're at the stage now where I'm really starting to break down and finalize all of the organic matter details of the actual diorama. We've already got the spider completely sculpted and painted in some of the last videos. You've also saw that I also went ahead and sculpted a tree frog as well to hide in the water feature that we're going to pour here soon in the next video. But right now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find some organic matter that I can go ahead and detail, dry out, and go ahead and get applied, whether as it is naturally or maybe even dyed with some inks to the overall tone that I want. So what we're going to do now, as I stated at the very beginning of the series, is we're going to go ahead and walk through my woods here. I'm going to find some leaves, branches, twigs. I want to find some dark, rich dirt without having to dye red dirt, if I can get away with it. We're going to find some old logs. We're going to cut some logs open. I'm only going to use 2 tools while I'm doing this. I do have a Tupperware container here that I'll be collecting some matter in, like branches and things like that. I do have some gallon baggies. If I find a type of dirt that I may want to use in other projects in the future, then I'll grab more of that than what I need for this project. As far as tools, if I can't grab it with just 2 tools, a little small hand spade and a little rake tool, a little plastic one, then it's probably not worth me spending my time to get the material out. So if it's not like a decayed log or something like that, or something just laying on top of the ground just naturally, it's probably not something that would be found on the actual top rock formation of the diorama that we're working on for the Goliath Birdeater, right? So we're going to find some organic matter. A lot of the organic matter, if it can't dry out on its own, it has to dry out in the oven, right? So I'll set the oven to the lowest setting possible, and then I'll monitor it. Any kind of like organisms or things like that in the dirt would kind of get dried out and killed. I don't want to send her something that has a lot of like living organisms in it. So we're going to try dry it out real good. And we're going to oven bake it probably at 275 for at least 15 to 30 minutes. Not long enough to truly burn the dirt, but we're definitely gonna kill anything that's in it before we kind of use it in kind of crafting scenarios. So let's go ahead and walk through the woods. I'm gonna kind of break this up a little bit, guys, so it's not too long of a video. I think the intro is more longer than anything else. I just got distracted. A squirrel. There's a caterpillar here in the corner crawling across a root, and it just caught my eye. So let me go ahead and turn you around here. We're going to walk one loop through the woods here. I haven't been in the woods in a very long time, so the path is probably overgrown and all. But let's find some organic matter for these amazing projects, you guys. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so we're just going to jump right in. If I see something that kind of catches my eye, like this moss here at the bottom of this tree, I want to try to achieve that on the rotting log we just created. Now, there's mosquitoes for some reason everywhere in the woods right now, so if I get to stuttering or something, you guys, it's because I'm being swarmed by mosquitoes and I got to move on. You can really see that there's a deer path cut through the woods right there. That's kind of interesting. I haven't been back in the woods in quite a while. But look at this organic matter here. Look at how the log is naturally decayed. See, look at the organisms in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to collect a little bit at a time, and we'll put it in our bin here. Even if we don't necessarily use all of it throughout this process, we want to take a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll take some of that right there, and what we'll do is we'll rake through. If we catch a snake, you guys, I'm just kind of jump back a little bit. If I catch a snake here in a minute, I'm gonna be like, ah! I really don't want the actual. I really don't want the actual wood, just because that would be the extensive amount of time that I have to wait for it to dry out. There's a little snail husk right there, so we'll capture that. I think this log's a little bit too far gone for my liking, so let's go ahead and move on and see if we can find something a little bit different. I really do hope y'all are having a great day, wherever you may be. And I just now realized that my hood that I have on was probably muffling the sound of my voice. Here's a little log that we have here. Now that's nice, deep, rich texture, and it's because it's been breaking down from the log that we have here. So what I'll do is I'll try to capture some of that. That's good matter right there. Look at the organic matter in that. Some of that's kind of fresh right there. It's still kind of dry, even though we've had quite a bit of rain. Let me go ahead and capture a little bit of this in a baggie, and then we'll move on. Now, it is a little bit darker just because it's technically been wet around here. It's been raining for like 3 or 4 days straight. And it's kind of drizzling now, but like I literally, guys, I cannot continue to wait. I have got to get this thing out to her. She's been so patient while I've been going through all of these tutorials and stages throughout the process, and I really just got to get that out. That's a good little bag of dirt, you guys. I don't think I'd be using much more than that for this, so let's go ahead and see if we can find another section that we can get something else off of, because these mosquitoes are all over me. Look at the dirt comparison. So that was just a nice rotted log organic matter right there, and then this is the natural red dirt of our area. Let's go ahead and see if we can find some leaf or ground cover. Hopefully I'll get surrounded and covered by ticks out here, guys. Now this tree fell not too long ago. Look how awesome that is. It's pretty cool. All right, let's move on. I don't think I'm going to find too much around that tree. I haven't been back here in so long. Now, if you see something, you guys, that you think I could use, you just tell me. Let me know, okay? Probably try to find some branches here in a minute. Kind of like the way this looks right here. But that thing is on there. I have to get a saw just to cut that off. And I said if I couldn't pick it up just naturally, then I'm not gonna waste my time here, guys. All right, let me walk around for a few minutes and find another section of organic matter we can pick up, and then I'll turn the camera back on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera on. Look at this moss here. That's the kind of overall look that I want to achieve when I do the flocking that we do on top of the log, which will be either in this video or the next, depending on how long this runs. So look how vibrant that is with a darker undertone. If I can achieve that, then I'll be pretty happy as far as the flocking. Okay, guys, we have some like acorns and little things like that. Little acorn tops and some little nuts here and there. Little acorn tops, see? Try to collect a few of those to scatter throughout it. Maybe we'll have that poking out of the undergrowth there. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of moving things around, kind of looking for something below. Sorry if I'm bouncing you around, you guys. I'm trying to do this with 2 hands, and I'm not really setting the tripod up just to look for 1 or 2 things. A little bud of some sort. There we go. Every so often the mosquitoes will get caught up to me, you guys, and I gotta move again. Let me collect a few more of these and then we'll move on. You can kind of see, you might be able to see that there's a deer path right here. And this is the original path that I had cut through the woods, but I ain't been back here in, gosh, probably a year or more. You really just see how one season of low maintenance really takes over. It's interesting. A lot of shadowed area back here. Just looking for something that just catches my eye again. Look at that moss, beautiful. Might see a critter back here, some deer or something. See, there's that path right there through the woods. Let's follow it and see if we can find anything. A branch that has a really good texture. I don't want the whole thing, but I'll think about it. I don't know if I really want to introduce a bunch of woody texture into it. Maybe. There's a lot of decay right here on this tree. A lot of down branches and stuff. Well, you guys, I really don't see nothing else I want right now. Let me jump camera, guys. See, I'm under a little Little tree here in the shade, and it's quite a bit more decayed than I would like to see, but little decayed branches there really chipping away. We'll oven bake that and see what it turns into. Hopefully it don't turn into dust. Well, I think that organic matter might be enough to cover most of it. Might have to find one more log to break apart. I need to find some wet leaves. And there are so many. I just need to find some that are really nice and intact. See, I can't, but those right there, I actually really can't oven bake them too much. So what I probably need to do is I probably need to wrap them in aluminum, maybe. And just lightly warm them up with a heat gun, maybe. Over and over again until it gets to the temperature where they can dry out real good. Alright, so these are really large leaves here. See how thick they are? They really could withstand like a dry out process. See, look at that one. That was beautiful. Nice and tiny. This is really what takes the most amount of time, just because you want to find leaves that don't look like complete crap. But they can't be perfect either, though. It's not how nature is. It's not how nature is. Nature is imperfect as it is. It's so wet around here. There's water literally everywhere on everything, and it's just so sopping wet. Okay. I like those little small leaves. Gives me those little small leaves as I can. I know this isn't my average video, you guys, so I appreciate y'all hanging in there. I'm just chilling, kind of seeing what I like to grab. It's a good little leaf. Trying to see just what kind of catches my eye. And this little leaf right here just screams my name. Got a few of these little seeds and acorn tops, things like that. Just kind of laying around, you know. Stuff like that right there. It's small stuff, but it matters. I don't see a lot of caterpillars out here today. What I'll do, when I get back to the shed, I'll sort through it all and put it in individual baggies. What I'll do is I'll focus on one thing at a time when I'm baking it. You can let it dry out naturally if you need to. If it's something soft like leaves or something like that, and the ones in my area are significant. Look at that. Look at that deer trail right there. See it? Cutting up through there. I do not want any rocks on this project because I don't want to weigh it down. It's already heavy as lead, and shipping's going to already be pretty costly, so I'll try to avoid that if I can. Apply any real rocks. If I feel like it needs more than it does, then I'll make some, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. I was originally thinking about making a real place for her to plant an inside plant in the back of it. And then it would have some real organic greenery behind the spider, but it just became too ambitious. So I couldn't do that this time. Maybe another time, perhaps. Maybe another time. I really like to find some small leaves if I can. Let me go ahead and look around, guys, and see if I can find some really small baby leaves. A little baby leaf. Just a little baby. A little baby. Grab another piece of bark. Another texture of bark at least. Let's get some variation. Grab another piece. So these are what I imagine being on the edges of the water feature. Little small petal leaves like these. Let me go ahead and collect a handful of them. Guys, sorry for jumping around here. I will stabilize this portion of the video. But I tell you what, as soon as I almost finish up collecting quite a bit of organic matter here, I've only got one bag of dirt. If I need another bag, then I'll come out and get it, and I'll just let her know, hey, look, I had to get another bag and got to dry out another round. Or go ahead and just try to find another log that's decayed enough that I can probably bake out another bag. At the same time, it'd be good to have two shades, but right through a spider web, man. I tell you what. So that might not. Ooh, yes. And might not be able to work out there. I'm pretty sure there's a daggone spider on me somewhere. It might not work out that way. So I don't have many down trees out here that are that rotted. I do try to burn up quite a bit of it. But anyway, so what I'll do is I will bake these. I'll probably separate them out into leaves, dirt, acorn tops, seeds, and little petals and things. That way I know the little petals are probably more fragile than the rest of the leaves, things like that. And the woody texture is probably a little bit more tough. I can burn it for a little bit longer. And then that way what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bake them individually. And then I can go ahead and start assembly. The most important thing when you use your own organic matter out in the woods is you just gotta make sure that you take care of it to where you don't want to be sending people bugs or, you know, sending people stuff that you wouldn't want in your own house. So you want to make sure that you take care of it. But I do like the fact that I'm able to kind of use what I have around the house instead of just having to buy everything, you know. So I just really think that's a good thing to be able to do. I think I got a pretty good amount. So I think I'm gonna stop this video here. Now this is a pretty simple video, you guys. So I appreciate you if you watch to the end of the video here. Like I said, I'll go ahead and bake these at 275 for however long I think the material can be baked for without damaging it. And then we'll probably let it set for at least a day. And then maybe tomorrow, if I look at the material and it's good enough to my expectations, and then I can start using it. If I need to dye some of it, I can, if I need to. But for the most part, I think I'm really pretty cool with it. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna keep looking around for a few more minutes. I'm gonna look around for a few more minutes, and then I reckon I'll move on to sorting this stuff out here and get to baking. In the next video, I guess what we'll do is we'll be painting a frog before we start layering in all the dirt and assembling, final assembling. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next video. Later, guys.
Thank you for watching. Check out all of these awesome videos.